everyone. Today we are going to study about what are powers and exponents. Now first, before we can begin with this chapter, you should know what are powers and exponents. First, if you all can see that there we have written a number 5 and in green color it's written 3. Now first of all, it is read as 5 raised to the power 3. There are some students who call it as 5 power 3. That's a wrong way for calling this. So it is read as 5 raised to the power 3, where 3 means it is a power and 5 means it's a base. Now how they are useful to us? If we are written 5 raised to the power 3, that means 5 will be written 3 times. Whatever will be the power, we write it same number of times. 5 raised to the power 3 means 5 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 5. And further, if you multiply 5 3 times, you will get 125 as the simplified product. Now after this, next is how to write a power as a product. Another example is 2 raised to the power 5. Now if you have 2 raised to the power 5, you will write it 2 multiplications 5 times. So 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 will give you 32 as your answer. So 2 raised to the power 5 is exponential form and 32 is the answer of product. Next, now we have some laws of exponents, that how you solve question based on powers and bases. Now first law is exponential form, which we have already done. Whatever is the power of the number or base, you write it the same number of times. Here again we have taken the same example, 5 raised to the power 3. That means you will write 5 3 times and then you will find the product. Next is, if you have two numbers and you have to multiply them. First, if you have a number like 2 raised to the power 6 multiplied by 2 raised to the power 3, which is shown in this green board portion. Now the standard law is x raised to the power m multiplied by x raised to the power n is equals to x raised to the power m plus n, where x are the same bases and m and n are the powers of the different bases. Now we can solve this example in this way. 2 raised to the power 6 multiplied by 2 raised to the power 3. Now as I have discussed that when bases are same and powers are in multiplication, you will add the powers. So we will write it in combined way 2 and the powers will be added 6 plus 3, which is equal to 2 raised to the power 9. And if you want to solve it, then you have to multiply 2 9 times and your answer will be 512. Next law is when you divide these powers. Now similar way as we have added powers for multiplication, we will subtract powers in case of division when bases are same and powers are different. The next example, we can take same question again. If you have 2 raised to the power 6 divided by 2 raised to the power 2, that means powers should be subtracted. So you will write it as 2 raised to the power 6 minus 2, which is equals to 2 raised to the power 4, and your answer is, you will multiply 2 4 times, which give you answer of 16. Now next is when you have a power of a power number already. Since the law is x raised to the power m and the whole power is n, so it will be written as x raised to the power mn. Here we are having an example that 5 cube has a whole power of square, which means if you multiply both powers, 5 raised to the power 3 raised to the power 2. So this will become 5, 3 multiplied by 2, 5 raised to the power 6. So your answer is 5 raised to the power 6, and you can further solve it to find a simplified answer. Now next law is how to find product of exponents. Now this is for when you have same powers but different bases. Earlier we have done when the bases are same and powers will be added. Now in this case bases are different and powers are same, so we write it in a combined way. example, this is a vice versa law. If a product is given, you can divide it into two parts. If a number is given, you can combine it also. For an example, I am taking 2 raised to the power 3 multiplied by 3 raised to the power 3. Now, as I have discussed, when powers are same and bases are different, we combine them. So, this will be equal to 2 multiplied by 3 and raised to the power whole 3, which is in result give you 6 raised to the power 3, and further you will write it as 216. If you multiply 6 3 times, you will get 216. Now, this is, I have two different numbers and I have combined the powers. Same way you can have 2 multiplied by 3 raised to the power 3, and according to the law you can write it in two different numbers. Next is quotient law of exponents. This states that if the quotient of the bases is powered by the same exponent, then the result is both numerator and denominator, each powered by the given exponents. Now, as in the previous law, we have divided power to two numbers. Similarly here, if we have x raised to the power n divided by y raised to the power n, this will be equal to x upon y raised to the power n. That states we can combine the powers for a whole number. For an example, I can take a number that 2 raised to the power 3 divided by 4 raised to the power 3, and according to the law we can write power as whole number. So this will become 2 upon 4 raised to the power whole 3, and further we can solve it. Next is last law of this powers and exponents, negative law of exponents. Now this is the very easiest one, but still the students do so many mistakes in this. Now, according to this law, if you have a base which is powered with a negative power, then you do the reciprocal of the number and it will become an exponent with a positive power. So, x raised to the power minus m is equals to 1 upon x raised to the power m. As you can see in the slide also, minus m became plus m when you reciprocaled it. Now suppose first we are taking an example which is given here, 5 raised to the power minus 3. Now 5 raised to the power minus 3, according to law we will do the reciprocal and it will become 1 upon 5 raised to the power 3, and then we solve it normally. Now there is a common mistake which students do is, after doing reciprocal they do put a negative sign with the 3 or with 5 also. You need to be careful that only power has to be converted to negative to positive or positive to negative. Now next is zero law of exponent. This states that if a number is having 0 power, then your answer is always 1, whether it is any number. It can also consist of 0 raised to the power 0, then also it will have an answer of 1. Now we have an example of 5 raised to the power 0, a raised to the power 0, or 5 multiplied by a raised to the power 0. All the answers are equals to 1. Now next is substitution. Now you are having a question, suppose evaluate the variable expression when x equals to 1, y is equals to 2 and w is equals to minus 3. Now you will be given some different questions where the values are given and you have to solve them. Suppose we'll take one example first. The first example I am taking is wx raised to the power y. Wx and power is y. Here you need to be careful that y power is for x only, it is not for w. Now putting the values, y is equals to, w is equals to minus 3 multiplied by x is equals to 1 and power of y is equals to 2. Now if you solve this, it will become minus 3 multiplied by 1, which is minus 3 only. So similarly you can do the same questions. Now next are some points which you need to be remembered. Now first is, now if you have minus 3 raised to the power 3, this means that cube is on the 3, not on the negative sign. Now these laws states this, that if it is minus 3 raised to the power 3, that means you have to write 3 minus 3 3 times. Next, if you have minus 3 cube, this means minus and 3 has to be written 3 times. So both are different in the cases. Next, some common mistakes that children do in exam is, if you are written 2 raised to the power 5, that means you have to multiply 2 5 times. That means 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 and so on till 5. It is not equals to 2 multiplied by 5. Second common mistake is, if it is written minus 2 raised to the power 4, that indicates that 4 is a power of 2 only, it's not a power of minus. So you will do minus 2 and you will multiply 2 4 times, not the negative sign. Now this was all about powers and exponents. Next is, what is the use of these powers and exponents in our daily life? So use of powers and exponents is, you can express very big or very small numbers very easily. Suppose first we have in our daily life, we come across some statements such as, first, the speed of light is 3 and so many zeros are there. So this is a very big number. How can you write it again and again, such a big number? Similarly, next is the size of blood cell, which is very small, 0.00007. So we can convert them into powers also. Now first I am having 3. Now for this case, when you are having a very big number, you put decimal after one digit. That one digit is 3. So you will put decimal after 3. And after that, how many digits are there, we make it as, or we express this as 10 raised to the power the number of digits there are. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So here we will write it as 10 raised to the power 8. I think it's clear. When there are bigger numbers, you put decimal after first digit, and then rest of the digits are converted into 10 raised to the power the same number of digits. Similarly, when you have very small sizes like 0.000007, now you have to put decimal after one number. That means you have to put decimal after 7, and there are total 6 places that you are shifting the decimal. You are shifting your decimal to this place to this place. Total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 places are there. So you will write it as 7 raised to the power 7 multiplied by 10 raised to the power minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this would be answer for this part. Similarly, we can go for the further examples, which is the distance from Earth to the Sun. This is similar. Again, we will put decimal after 1, and after 1, how many digits are there? That will become power of 10. Now, I think you all are you can all solve these questions based on powers and exponents, and you will be able to express bigger and small numbers in the form of exponents. This was all for laws of powers and exponents. Thank you.